Hey guys, today's profile review is of a bronze 4 mid laner who is struggling to choose what champion they want to play. Between Yone, Zed and Yasuo, they've got quite low win rates between 45 and 53% on these champions, and they're struggling to understand what they need to do to go from bronze 4 as a mid lane main on these champions to gold. So what I do in this profile view is I break down everything they need to do, including choosing a champion pool, what to focus on in-game, and what kind of coaching services are best for their situation. Guys, if you enjoy this video and you want your own profile view, check out the link in the description below, as well as if you're interested in the monthly ranked climbing plan that I talk about in this video, which showcases and will help you get to whatever your goal rank is for this player, bronze to gold. If you're interested in that, I've also put a link in the YouTube description below to book your free call to understand more about that. Let's get into the video. Hey Karen, my name is Dylan from lolcoach.academy, and I'll be conducting the profile review of your account today. So thank you for submitting your profile for review, and let's get into it. So currently you're bronze 4 on the EUS server with a 44% win rate over about 50 or so games, and your goal rank is to get to gold. Now, I can clearly see you're a bit of a mid-main looking at your mobalytics, and what we're going to go through today is understanding what champion pool you need to use to get to gold, and understanding what you need to do in-game to get better at League of Legends, and then how you can use coaching to help yourself get there. So the first thing I want to talk about is your champion pool, and looking at last season, I can see that you really mained about 3 champions, mainly in the mid lane, which were Yone, Zed, and Yasuo. Very similar playstyle champs, and, you know, a lot of transferable skills between them, so it kind of makes sense that that was your champion pool. Now, looking at your win rates on them, we can see that there wasn't too much success on them. We can see the Yone had a 53% win rate, which is pretty good. I mean, it helped you climb. I guess this is your first season playing, so getting to bronze 4, you know, yes, it's only the top 95% of players, but still, to get bronze 4 in your first season is pretty good. Obviously, we're now looking to see how we can get you to silver and then eventually to gold, which is your goal rank. So I can see here that there's a bit of potential on your Yone with a 53% win rate. Last season, not so much on your Zed, and definitely not your Yasuo. So the first thing I'm going to recommend, and looking at your most recent match history, I can even see a bit more success on your Zed. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is you need to build a champion pool that's designed for success and is going to help you get to the goal rank of gold. Karen. Is it Karen? Sorry. I hope it's Karen. Yes, Karen. Sorry. I'm bad with names. So what I would recommend is we focus on Yone and Zed, because these two champions are showing to me statistically, objectively, that they are your most successful champions. We can see your Yone with a 53% win rate, and we can see Zed here in your last 11 games showing a lot of potential. Now, although your overall win rate on Zed is 49%, which makes me think, yes, there needs to be a lot of work done here, the fact that you do have a quite strong positive win rate in your most recent Zed games makes me think that maybe you were just learning the ropes on Zed in your first 10 to 15 games, and now you're really getting the hang of it, which is great to see. That's what we want to see in a champion pool. Now, the reason I'm picking Yone and Zed for your champion pool are 2 reasons. One, it's clear that you have the potential to get really good win rates on them. And when I say really good win rates, I mean anything above 55% is that goal win rate we want for climbing. And 2, you probably enjoy the champions. They're your 2 most played champions this season, so I'm gonna assume that they're your most played. And that's what we want in a champion pool. We want a champion pool that is aligned to our goal rank, which is to get to gold, and we want to have a champion pool that is fun to play. So we don't get bored, we don't get frustrated, we don't get tilted, and we don't all of a sudden in 3 months' time change our champion pool because we're just so tired of playing Yone and Zed over and over again. So the second thing I'm going to focus on now is what you can do in-game to get better on your new champion pool, your Yone and your Zed. The first thing you need to look at is your laning phase. Right now, I can see you have a gold difference overall of negative 115 in the mid lane. It's negative 34 on Yone, which is good. And then we have negative 186 on your Z. So basically what this means is you're losing laning phase on champions that shouldn't really lose laning phase. And when I say laning phase, I mean the first 15 minutes of the game. Yone and Zed, yes, they can have bad matchups, but on average, they're assassins and they should be able to get... Sorry, Zed's an assassin and Yone is, kind of a scaling carry, mid carry. They both should be able to get gold leads in the first 15 minutes of the game through two avenues: good CS and potential kills. Now, what it suggests to me when you have a negative goal difference at 15 of 114 is you're doing one of those things wrong. You're either not getting enough CS or you're not getting enough kills. Now, not getting enough CS can be a combination of things: bad recalls, getting camped by the jungle, bad at last hitting, dying too much in lane, and then not getting kills, which isn't necessarily that important for you at the moment, because I can guarantee you if you just improve your CS, you could up this goal difference to plus 100, plus 200 in your first 15 minutes of the game. But we do also want to sometimes look for kills, particularly when we're playing Zed. That level 6 power spike, as well as Yone's level 6 power spike, are pretty big windows for them to get kills in laning phase, which is super important for both of their champion identities, because that's their role in the game: getting kills in lane and then scaling. So that's what I recommend for you to fix your laning phase. Is you need to focus on, if you're dying in laning phase, you need to focus on why you're dying in laning phase. If you're, and I know this for a fact, you're not getting enough CS in laning phase, so compare yourself. If you have like an overlay like Mobalytics, compare yourself to the average CS of Zed or Yone players, but also compare yourself by pressing tab in game to the CS of your enemy. You should always have more CS than your enemy when you're playing Zed and Yone. It's very rare that someone should be able to out CS you when you're playing these two champions, because they have very easy mechanics and abilities that can allow them to CS quite easily, and they both don't use mana. So you can just spam your abilities. Obviously, don't spam certain abilities like your dashes or your escapes to get CS. You want to use those like your E on Yone and your W on Zed. You want to use those to escape or to go all in. So don't use those to CS, but you get the idea. So they're the two things you need to focus on in laning phase to improve. And that's the most important thing you need to do and focus on in-game at the moment. I don't really care too much about your mid-game, your late game, or your team fighting. What you need to get fixed first is your foundation, because once you have that foundation for success, you can then... It then becomes a lot easier to be good at mid-game, late-game team fighting and carrying games, because you've set yourself up for success from the beginning. And that's why it's that first 15 minutes, and that's why I'm focusing on it so much for you, Karen, is so important. Now, the final thing I'm going to talk about is how coaching can potentially help someone like you, Karen. Now, what I recommend for someone like you is a monthly coaching plan that basically follows you and tracks your ranked climbing journey from bronze all the way to your goal rank of gold. And the idea of a monthly ranked climbing plan is to help remove every hurdle that is stopping you from climbing to your next goal rank. So for example, bronze 4 to bronze 3. What is the gap there? Get a coach, myself, and we break it down. Bronze 3 to bronze 2. What is the problem now? What's stopping us from climbing? Okay, break it down, fix it, climb to the next goal. And we continue this process from bronze 4 to silver 4, all the way up to eventually gold 4 and then beyond your goal rank. Now, the reason why this works is because it allows me as a coach to track your ranked journey and understand every single issue and weakness that is holding you back and stopping you from climbing. And that's the beauty of the monthly rank climbing plan, is it allows you to do that. And allows me to understand and break down all the biggest things that are stopping you from climbing to your goal rank. So, Karen, if you're interested in that and you want to learn more, please, once you watch this, add me on Discord. Overall, Karen, I think you've got a lot of potential if you focus on your Yone and your Zed. Getting to gold on your goal as your goal rank on your own is going to be tough, but it is possible. But if you are interested in learning more about what that monthly ranked climbing plan looks like because you're serious about climbing and you're wanting to get personalized one-on-one coaching and help that genuinely works, please, once you've watched this, hit me up on Discord and we can talk about next steps for that. As always, cheers, good luck on the Rift, and I will see you in the Discord.